So, guess what, John? Here we are again.
We're back.
We're back. Deadly twins.
Mm,
So, something to talk about this week. We never had too much of a problem finding a topic, do we?
right.
I was just sharing with you a moment ago a little bit of thinking of mine, and I keep seeing repeatedly on the web people referring to SharePoint as a knowledge management solution or knowledge management system. And there are a lot of other information sharing systems, shall we say, that position themselves as knowledge management. And it rankles me.
I think there's a whole
Because
list of 100 companies that matter in knowledge management. And when I glanced through the list,
all tech
it looks like
companies,
100% software companies
yeah,
for the most part to me. Yeah.
it's and so I wrote something about it. I wrote a post why SharePoint is not a knowledge management system, and that got a little bit of traction on LinkedIn. But then I don't know what prompted me. I think I was thinking about it because I get I don't get angry about it, but I get a little bit riled about it, as I say. And I remembered somebody at the time, I didn't remember who it was, comparing knowledge and information to a live butterfly and a dead butterfly pinned in a display case. And the living, breathing butterfly fluttering from flower to flower, fertilizing the flowers and, you know, um, gathering the nectar or whatever it was. It's not a bee, is it? It's a butterfly. Comparing that to the so-called butterfly in the display case, which is dead. It can't do any of those things. And I just thought it was a nice metaphor. And as thinking, I've got a little Substack that I post on occasion now. It's kind of rather nice because I can post stuff on that. That's I can talk about evolution or science. I can do anything on that. I can go outside the realms of KM and conversational leadership. And so I posted it there, and somebody picked up on it, and I posted it on LinkedIn, and that got quite a lot of traction. I think people quite liked. Well, they did. They said so. That they liked the metaphor of the butterfly, and eventually I remembered who I thought I'd learned it from, and it was Chris Collins. And he came back and said, "Yeah, sure enough, it is." And he even it was at Henley. He even had the video of the talk
Wow.
where where he talked about it, and he even reckoned that you could see my head, in the back
In
of
the
my head in the
video.
audience.
Wow.
Um, and so there was that, and then the other thing that keeps annoying me, I don't usually get annoyed, is people writing about the impact of AI and KM.
Sure.
What they're saying, it's great for summarizing information and writing and searching. Makes interesting sort of search engine and handling large amounts of data. And it's all it's all IT. It's all IM. It's not knowledge management. It's not about it's not about conversation. It's not about decision making. It's not about thinking together. It's not about all the things that I think are true knowledge management.
It's not the
Um,
live butterfly. Yeah.
and yeah, the butterfly analogy is lovely. And I just thought it would be interesting to hear what you think about it and um, see why we think it is and maybe what can be done about it
Yeah.
just to move things. I mean, the person who's again who makes this distinction all the time is our dear friend Dave Snowden. I mean, he's
Mhm.
he's one of the few people who I hear calling it out time and time again. Very few other people seem to call it out.
Mm. Yeah, I had a friend of mine ask me yesterday, he's giving a talk on the future of KM, and this is one of the things I said. I said, well, this might be hard to hear, and I don't even know if I agree with my own words, but an idea is, what if KM more clearly divided? And what if we had EKM and TKM? very intentionally and sort of got rid of KM and just said there's explicit knowledge management. There's SharePoint, there's AI, there's whatever the new fancy software is, and get really good at it and get very excited about the dead butterfly and very, very good at it and pin it beautifully. And then what if there's a TKM, a tacit knowledge management, which by the way is Fisher U, right? There is a person that is starting a movement
That's right.
on
Yes. Yeah.
TKM and calling it TKM, tacit
Yeah.
knowledge management. And on that side, you know, relatively divisive. Forget anything written down, any software, don't even touch it, don't talk about it. Just focus on the live butterfly, the floating around, the flow of knowledge, which is
Yes. Exactly.
always so hard to
Exactly.
get your head wrapped around. So I say all
But
that as like I don't like it, but I wonder if it needs to happen for a while to then maybe like overcorrect to separate and then come back to people process technology
But I
at
don't
some
like
point.
the idea of EKM. If you say that managing information is actually explicit knowledge management, I don't like that because it's not knowledge, it's information.
It's information,
Mm.
except that like go all the way back to like Nancy Dixon's like first era and like sort of what birthed KM
Yes. Oh
was
yeah.
was a
Absolutely.
bunch
Yeah.
of us IT people getting frustrated that we call people users and it's all about, fixing bugs. It's not about actually getting people to make decisions or sense make or stuff that doesn't actually require software.
To my mind, that's where it all started. It
Yes.
started with the internet and intranets, and the fact for the first time in organizations and outside organizations, you could put documents and information into a database and share it. And
Hmm.
that got labeled KM. That was
Hmm.
level one, phase
Hmm.
one, phase zero,
Hmm.
whatever you care to call it.
Hmm.
Um, but in some ways, it was a misnomer that's stuck ever since. Um,
Here's the
now,
other
the other
interesting.
thing that a lot of people do call it is KIM, knowledge and information management, and that's kind of okay
And funny,
as
that one
long as it
actually gets
makes the distinction.
that one gets confused too because you'll get Kim and Kin, right? Knowledge and information management or knowledge and information network, but it
Mhm.
also stands for knowledge and innovation.
Ah,
So
yes,
then, so
yes.
we can't even agree on what the letters
No, there was
stand
the
for.
kin. There was the kin network at Warwick that went for some years, and
Mhm.
that was the knowledge. I'm pretty sure that was knowledge and innovation network. That was
And
kin.
I think the Bangkok PhD is knowledge and innovation management, I think is what it's called. I
Could
could be
be.
wrong. Okay, so
I don't
the other
know,
point
but
I was going to make a minute ago before I forget it, because, getting there is so I'm lucky enough to, do lots of consulting and some of the consulting is with, universities or these groups that do KM training and that kind of stuff. And I find, I don't know, I can't really put numbers to it, but it feels like a very high percentage of people come into that class as information technology people
oh
and they
yes, yep,
fully expect what you're at. They want SharePoint, they want ServiceNow, they want Workday, they want Power BI, they want tools and tips and tricks for how to use these software packages better. And then we start right on the first day every time talking about how the world has changed and priorities are different and not really mentioning software at all on the first
yep,
day.
yep.
And you get it's a different journey every time, but you get like um, some percentage of people that get very excited and they see information, like you're saying, information management and knowledge management and both. And they're like, oh, this like you just expanded my whole career and expanded a whole world of new tools and techniques and that kind of stuff.
Yes,
But I
yep.
gotta say, there more so now, in just the last year or two, there are more stubbornness. There's a higher, a slowly raising percentage of people that hold on to, I'm not going there. That's not what I signed up for, even though it's clearly in what we say you signed up for. I
Uh-huh.
want this and you didn't give it to me. And they leave angry. They leave upset. They leave with bad reviews saying, I came here for Power BI and SQL code, and you gave me knowledge captain.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You're not
God,
saying
the
what.
ability to write SQL code.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
knowledge management, for God's sake. Oh
yeah,
dear.
exactly.
Oh,
And so, that's where I'm like, okay, so how, what do you do with like, yes, I'm biased towards the tacit stuff, but I'm not going to turn off the explicit. I just turn it down because I'll partner with
I mean, we
IT.
still need the explicit. We still need good information to make good decisions. So it's not that it's not needed, but it's not everything. That's
I keep going back to so on this stream that you help me with this. Help me with my own words because what I say to people now, when you're not around, I say something like, David Gertzian and I have stumbled upon this thing, conversational leadership, and noticed that it's not conversational management, and so it's about the people. And then I often will start with, and because again, I like to like sort of be inspiring or like get people thinking,
yeah, yeah,
myself included. I'll say, and we don't want to have any label at all for it. But if we could really dream of the label, it would be conversational communityship because we want to move past this individual leader as if I'm
yes, yeah,
good by telling other people what to do. Like,
yeah,
what if
absolutely.
we all took responsibility and we all saw not
Yep.
only the conversation we're in, but the bigger conversation, the discourse? Like, I say that stuff. And it's the same thing. Some people get very excited and, oh, tell me more. And I start saying models and theories have started to pop up. It's not just communications. It doesn't appear to be something that's been done before, and there's space for it. But then I would say the vast majority, you get the few, if it's a bell curve, the few that are excited, the vast majority are like still. So do you have a web part for that yet? Can I add it to what company sells that software? That's
It's
where
the
the
same, with communities of practice, which really, should be at the heart of, real knowledge management, shall we say, rather than IT. But more often than not, when I ask people, they say, "Oh, we're setting up a community of practice." It's all IT based. It's
yeah.
online. It's
Oh
not
yeah.
face to face. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
okay, it's better than nothing, but there's very little people doing it face to face. And even when it is face to face, it's usually highly institutionalized and structured.
It's
It's
yeah, it's a lecture. Yeah.
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 So
And that happens to me too when I train communities of practice and I talk about Etienne and I talk about here's the concept and here's the book and people will fight me on it. People will say, I've been doing communities for 10 years and that's not what communities are because they're thinking it's a document library.
yeah, yeah,
It's a
yeah.
place where you put documents and then if someone wants to comment or like the document, that's the thing you're talking about, John. That's the conversation. Uh, it's
I
hard
know
to
it is. I just it's just crazy. I'm getting more and more irked.
curmudgeon.
I can find lots of words there. Like
Yeah.
I it wasn't so long ago, maybe 7 or 8 years ago, I was at a conference. See, we were just talking about Saudi Arabia. I was at a conference in Saudi Arabia, and the keynotes, actually it was very small, but it's more like a workshop. But the key guy was an American consultant. I've forgotten his name, but probably better to have because I don't particularly want to name and shame him. He got up right at the beginning and said knowledge management is about getting the right information to the right people at the right time.
Uh-huh.
And I almost stood up.
And
I
and
wanted to
raise your
stand up
hand.
and disagree with him. But when I got up and it was my turn to talk, I did disagree with him.
Mm,
I couldn't believe what he was saying.
mm.
Yes, getting the right information to the right people at the right time is important, but it's a it's a
Not what we're talking
it's a
about.
slither. It's a slither of it. The
Mm,
other interesting thing I noticed is if you go to LinkedIn and just do search on knowledge manager,
mm,
thousands, maybe even tens of thousands, if you could do that search, of people would come up with knowledge manager in their title.
mm,
And I don't know, 80% of them are either IT people or librarians. And I'm
mm.
not dismissing IT people or librarians, but again, by and large, they're not doing, you know, they're not doing knowledge management
The
to
live
my
butterfly.
to my
Mm,
mind.
mm.
True knowledge. I sometimes want to make a difference of old traditional knowledge management and true knowledge management.
That's why
Um,
Nancy's eras are great because like she still has information management in there and she doesn't turn it off. She keeps it going, but she's added three more eras.
that's
And
right.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that's what she's trying to say too, is like,
No, she
sure, we'll
hasn't.
do
I've
that.
I've got four. I've got four viewers. Just
Yeah, at least.
I've built on hers and got four. How is Nancy, by the way?
I
Not
haven't heard a
heard from her
word.
for
Have you
that.
heard anything?
Oh, her website's no longer there.
I saw that. Yeah, and that was kind of
Yeah,
scary too because
I
yeah,
hope
you
I
would
hope she's okay because I believe she was ill.
Exactly, and haven't heard anything. And yeah, I linked to her website for a bunch of things, and I was by chance, I don't usually do this, but I was by chance checking it, and it was gone. I thought, oh no,
From my
because you
blog,
need
I've got maybe 30 or 40 links to her site,
see,
and they're
and
all broken.
yeah, because I think it was,
Except all her material is still there on the Wayback Machine if
mm,
you ever want it. But
yeah,
sad to see that go.
yeah, exactly.
Um,
I'll have to
so what
check
can we
in.
do about it? Probably not a lot. Well,
Well,
we just keep pushing our conversational KM. Whoops, there you go. I said it.
good. Do we? Oh, so CKM, yeah.
CKM, yeah.
Do we? Here's a fun thought. Just I don't know. Maybe it's a closing thought. Um, do we need to give in? Do we need to? Do we just need to agree and say, okay, you're right. Everybody else is right. We're wrong. It's all about
No,
information.
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Okay, why not?
I think I don't know. I would like to think things are slowly changing, that people are starting to appreciate the human side of things. Um, but maybe we need more metaphors like the butterfly metaphor, things that people can just intuitively grasp.
Do we need to do something like, I always watch Harold Jarkey and his work, and his personal knowledge management, seek, sense, share. His share one, he's changed all three. It's still seek, sense, share, but he defines them differently. Share, he used to say Web 2.0, He used to say, put it on Facebook, put it on Twitter, put it out there for the world to see everything. It's your responsibility to share. Remember? That's how he used to it. And now, let me see if I remember his words. He says something like, discern when, where, and how to share in a spirit of transparency and openness.
Oh
Do you
wow, I
see?
love it.
He's added a bunch of words to like,
No,
don't just share
I
everything every
like his
time.
work. He's one of the few people. I don't follow him so closely these days, but I I'm on his newsletter,
His newsletter and
so I get
stuff.
that
Yeah.
maybe once a month,
Yeah.
and he's got a lot of good stuff to say. His whole idea of PKM
Yeah.
is a good one. And
I
the other
wonder.
the other sense that the other guy, forgot his name now, um, working out loud.
Oh, John
It's
Stepper.
John Stepper, yeah.
Yeah.
That to my mind is a very good concept.
Good one too. So yeah, with the Herald stuff, I wonder if that brings us over to like when you say what can we do, we'll see how he's tweaked his words from like share everything to some fine-tuned words that are maybe not as intuitive, because I like your point about being intuitive, but is there something we have to do in KM that is like, I don't know, find some words, find some description that is either intuitive or clarifies because yeah, it's not catching on, I think is the point we're trying to make. We're still calling it KM, and yet it means very different things to different people.
Yeah. Okay, shall we
Pause
stop
there?
there? Okay.
Sure.